All right, back again with another world tournament, and I was actually lucky enough to get a Dragon Ball SSR. Got this handsome devil. He's almost only good for world tournament because of his passive. Three or more opponents attack plus 70%, but he's not bad. I like him. He has some decent links. At least he has Kamehameha, which ain't bad. And as you can see, 36 wins, which might not seem like a lot, but in a day, this is the most I've ever done. Like 30 wins yesterday. I was like, holy shit, I scared myself. I was like, this is some high level autism. And I usually don't, in the past, oh boy, all hail the king. In the past, I usually don't even bother making a video until I get to 80 wins, but I was like, fuck it, dude. It's summertime. Finally got a fucking break. It's time for World Tournament debauchery. Just playing World Tournament and nothing else. Because honestly, this past fucking semester was a big dick in the ass. Like it was a hard semester, and I think honestly, even after the semester was over, I really didn't even take a break because I immediately started going. I want to do projects for the summer, and I started working on some things. I was looking at some things for a game, and I was like, "Fuck, dude!" Like I got knocked out of commission by one thing because I basically fuck. Shit. Tits. I guess I'll take the L and I'll try to get a Super Broly next time. Uh, and I probably should have attacked Vegito. But fuck it. I can't talk and think at the same time. Fuck this shit. Basically, I was using an API, and one of the API methods worked for certain things, but didn't work for other things. It made zero fucking sense. And I was like, Jesus Christ, this is gonna end my. Like, I'm gonna kill myself. Like, this is fucking it. And I finally figured out basically that I need to implement my own shit, but that's the whole point of using an API. It's basically a library, so it makes life easier for you, and it's Java. And if you ever use Java, like the strongest things about Java is the API, like all the interfaces, the library. It basically makes your life easier. So to not have a good API with Java, it's like, what the fuck are you doing, dude? Whoever wrote that API, do me a favor, kill yourself. Fuck me, dude. Uh, let's see. Let's do this. Let's fuck up launch. This harleton. And let's get Goku. I mean Gohan. Alright. So yeah. I just been fucking chilling. I've been chilling. I've been relaxing, dude. Yesterday and today. I fucking needed this shit. I know I sound like a 14-year-old who's at a spa saying I needed to treat myself. I needed to relax. But I needed it. I needed to fucking just relax. Thank God for World Tournament. This shit's legit. Uh, fuck. It's fucking beautiful, dude. Especially last semester because every semester gets increasingly harder. At least if you're majoring in something that's worthwhile. Like if you're majoring in history or art, do me a favor, kill yourself now. It'll save you the pain later. I'm just I'm just fucking around. I'm not one of those people that shits on like history or English. Like that actually happens a lot for STEM majors and also for like art majors where they're I remember I was taking pre-calculus and some bitch was like, I can't wait to be done with this dumb shit. I don't need it for English. I got all my shit worked out. And I'm like, bro, you dumb as dog shit. If you're one of those people that go, when am I gonna use math in real life? First of all, realize how fucking stupid you sound for saying math in real life. Math is all encompassing. You're basically saying, when am I going to use arithmetic? When am I going to use algebra? When am I going to use calculus? So be more specific, you fucking piece of shit. And do me a favor and kill yourself. Fuck me, dude. That's actually, I still remember this in not high school, in college. I remember I was taking a pre-calc class, and I remember that pre-calc class. I've never seen a class like this. I've been to college now. Next year's going to last year. I've never seen a more disrespectful lot of children in my fucking life. Like I didn't I legit I was questioning what the fuck is going on? Like why are people such assholes to this professor? Like people would talk during class, they'd fucking listen to music. Like the professor, it felt like I was in a urban shit like high school, like one of those shitty high schools from movies where the white lady goes there and helps them, and he's like, oh wow, black people can think. You know, all those, those fucking corny movies.
When it comes to teaching inner city minorities, you don't need books and you don't need rules. All you need is a nice white lady.
And I was like, holy shit, like this is fucking, I don't understand, like this is fucking terrible. And I remember one day some kid, like he got on my last fucking nerve because he was like, usually in college professors, especially in lecture halls, don't take many questions. They usually lecture, and then if there's like a question, it's very rare. And I remember he raised his hand. He's like, "Professor," and he's like, "Yes." He's like, "When am I gonna use this in real life?" And the whole class is like, like fucking baboons laughing their asses off. And I was like, holy shit! Like, how can you be this disrespectful to a fucking professor? Like, it was unheard of. And I had this professor later on. Like, he's a nice guy, intelligent guy, and I mean, basically, the reason why they acted like that, what I can surmise, is that he was basically one of those people who's too nice to scream at you and too nice to kick you out of the class. Because there's been professors, and God bless them, because some fucking kids, like, they go to college, they think it's like fucking high school, like they're disrespectful fucks. Like, there's some kid, I remember one time he got laid the fuck out. Like, he didn't get hit, but like in terms of what happened, he got fucked up. Like, the professor was talking in class, and he was on his cell phone the whole class. And the professor's like, listen. Because he kept telling him, he's like, listen, get off your cell phone. And not only, like, this is what I don't understand. This was a programming class, and I remember our professor would give us, like, legit every day. Like, he had a weird teaching style. He was an intelligent guy, but holy shit, he had no fucking mercy. He'd give us, like, papers of programs and say, write it down, read it, understand it. So that was his teaching style. Not the best, not the worst. I mean, he's a smart guy, so you gotta give some leeway. The fact that he's a fucking genius, you gotta give him leeway for not, having mercy on students. And I remember he's like, listen, kept saying, get off your phone. Eventually, he treated him like a fucking 5-year-old. He snatched his phone. He's like, give me your phone. Run your shit, boy. Give me that phone. He took the phone. He walked over to his there's basically a podium where you speak. And I think he did this by accident. Like, I don't think he meant to be malicious. But he dropped it from a height where you just heard that shit, like, smack. Like, he dropped it, and it, like, hit hard as a motherfucker. Like, bam. And I was like, holy shit. I remember after class, dude, this kid, he fucked up. Because he's like, instead of just taking the L, like, take the L, walk it off, try to get over it. He's like, professor, listen, I don't mean to be rude, but in the future, you don't have to throw my phone. And the professor, he was like, he's like, listen to me, you disrespectful idiot. Don't you ever talk in my class, use your phone, and don't you ever. And then he walks away. And then the kid was outside. He's like, professor, I'm just saying, don't throw my phone. He's like, shut up, you idiot. I was like, fuck me, dude. This guy is taking an L. And this is one of those professors, like, if you work hard in this class and you pay attention, because I remember that was my second programming class, and most of the time, what you want to do is for programming, is to already, for that level of class, is already finish Calc 1. That's optimal. I didn't do that. I didn't finish Calc 1 because I didn't know what I was going to major in. I eventually majored in computer science, and up until then, I was just taking prereqs. I was like taking history classes, shit that had nothing to do with science, at least, in application. And I was just taking Calc 1, and there was shit in that class where, like, small things that are easy, but, like, if you never saw it and you didn't expect to see it, you're like, what the fuck? Like, I remember he gave us a quiz. He's like, all right, here you go. Here's the definition of standard deviation. Make a program. I was like, yo, man, what is this big E? Like, I was dumb as shit. I was like, what is this big E? Which is the summation sign, sigma, I think? No. Maybe sigma. No, it's not sigma. Sigma's an O. Or looks like an O. I was like, fuck, dude. What is this? What am I doing? What am I doing? So, I took an L on that quiz. But I worked hard in that class, and I remember he this guy was fucking. He was legit. Like I could see a lot of people failed his class, and I could see why. He would give us like take home quizzes. weren't It wasn't really take home quiz. Like basically the class starts at 10, and he would have things where you'd go home, and from 9 a.m. to 11 a.m. you'd have time to do a test. And if you got it, you got it. If you didn't, you were fucked. Like I remember getting up 6 o'clock in the morning, and I was studying, and I'm like, "What is this? What is this quiz going to be? When is this shit?" And I kept refreshing his website. I'm like, "I'm ready. Give it to me." And this is when we were learning recursion, and recursion is like, in terms of mathematics, it's kind of similar to the composition of functions, but it's more than that. They're more dependent than that, and it's more in depth than that. But that's like the simple shit. I mean, if very generalized. And I was like, fuck, dude, what is this? And one thing with programming, same thing with math. If you think about it and you figure it out, it's not, once you're done, you're like, this is the easiest shit ever. Like, why did I ever even think this was hard? Which was the same case with all his quizzes and everything like that, even the class in general. And, moral of the story is, I worked hard in that class, ended up, I'm the king. This is one thing I'm fucking the king of. I ended up getting a B plus in that class, and everything else I got an A. And again, the fucking 4.0 eluded me. So far, I've only been able to do 2 semesters where I got 4.0s, and both of those semesters were very light on math and science, so I don't even count them. They're like, whatever. Like, no offense, but some people double major in, like, political science and history, and I can see why. Me personally, from my background and what I've done, I could do that shit in my sleep. Like I don't understand how, like, most of my professors, like, your writing is amazing. I love your writing, beautiful. And I'm just sitting there like I think my writing's dog shit. Like I don't understand why they think my writing is so great. I'm just one of those people from high school. I've always been very good at holy shit, I almost died. I've always been very good at English. I've always been good at history. When I went to college, I still like history. I mean, there's nothing wrong with majoring in it. There's nothing wrong with that. But I think the workload for history and math are two different fucking things, dude. Because I remember last semester, fuck me, dude. Last semester was a killer. It was basically, what did I take last semester? I took probably statistics, Calc 3, differential equations, uh, advanced data structures and algorithms, programming language concepts. Did I say Calc 3? I took Calc 3. Did I mention Calc 3? I took Calc 3. And it was a fucking bitch, dude. It was fucking. The reason why it was so hard for me personally is because I would always, like, without fail, I would have 3 tests in the same week and a project. And eventually it got to the point where I had to pick and choose. It was like the law of conservation of energy. You cannot create nor destroy time to study. You have an allotted time, and you've got to spread that shit out evenly. And that's like last semester, thank God, I did a lot better than the semester before it. Because as you can see, I'm swimming through this world tournament. But I think the only world tournaments I've ever, like, done were the last one and the one before that, because it didn't fall on a test day, or it didn't fall on a week where there's tests. So, World Tournament doesn't take that much time, but I don't fuck with video games. Or at least I try not to when it comes to tests. I mean, sometimes, you have the shit in the bag and you're like, fuck it, I could stay up all night if I want to. But, that's not really good, because you're kind of fucking laughing in the face of God, hoping that you try. You're hoping that, like, bring it on, bitch, I'm ready for anything. Which sometimes you're not. But yeah, basically my point is that my fucking class load is a motherfucker, and Bandai Namco has always dropped a world tournament during finals. Like, the first, I wanted to play in that first world tournament so fucking badly, but I remember that semester I was taking the mother of all nukes, the one and only probability statistics for engineers. And the reason why I say for engineers is because my friend actually took probability statistics recently, and it was baby shit compared to the shit I was doing. I was like, this is some bullshit, bro. You shouldn't be getting credit for this class. And basically, there's 2 things that can make a class, like, either easy an easy A, or you're gonna have to work for that fucking A. One is having a good book, good organized book, good author, and two is having a good professor. And that semester, I got the double dick. I didn't. My professor, I've had her for probably statistics. I've had her for differential equations. I've had her for calc 2. She's fucking terrible. She never speaks clearly. Very hard to understand. It's like you're talking to a fucking wall when you ask her a question. Just general fucking just disgusting. And I remember that semester was a motherfucker. And I remember I looked at that world tournament. I saw that Super Saiyan 2 Gohan. I was like, no, this guy's a handsome guy. I low key still regret fucking studying for my test. I should have just flunked the fuck out and gotten that sexy ass Super Saiyan 2 Gohan. That would be a fucking accomplishment. But, you know, thank God. This world tournament is different. I'm going to play the shit out of this. And then once it's over, I'm probably going to go back to working on whatever. But, you know, sometimes you got to take a break. I'm telling you right now, if my fucking semester was like a week longer, I'd probably kill myself. Legit. Fuck that shit. That's some other level drain. But, you know, once something's in the past, it's in the past. Now I look back at the last semester, I'm like, that was the easiest shit I've ever seen in my life. And I'm sure that next semester will be even harder, so there you go. You always gotta look on the bright side. And as you can see, 37 wins is unheard of. Usually at this point, I'd probably be sitting at like 23 or 24 because I'd space it out so I could get exactly 80 wins by the end of it. But this is different. I have more autism than usual. So, I hope you enjoyed the video. If you liked it, do me a favor, go fuck yourself. That's about it. Have a good day.